What is up, Bulls Nation? Second video of the day. We have breaking news. Zach Levine has been called back to the Chicago Bulls from the Windy City Bulls, and it's looking like he might play tomorrow against the Hornets. And the big question we all have, are we getting the same old Zach that we got at the beginning of the year who made bad decisions and took terrible shots, or are we getting a new Zach who has changed his game and molded it to the new offense like we saw DeMar DeRozan do? We'll talk about that right after the intro.
Give me the hot sauce! Give me the hot sauce, Bob! And the Bulls have the lead by 3. I want to go higher! Oh, my goodness!
Welcome to the Let's Talk Bulls podcast.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Bulls, your number one Bulls podcast in Chicago. My name's Quinton. I'm your host, and if you're new to the channel, if this is your first video, hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you join the family, and hit that bell notification so you're notified when I drop more of these videos. And with that, we're going to get right into it. Zach Levine has been called up from the Windy City Bulls. He will be on the Chicago Bulls roster. He's also listed as probable for next game tomorrow against the Hornets. There's a good chance Zach Levine and Vooch can come back next game. This with us after losing a couple games and needing an offensive surge. Getting those two back, especially against a struggling Hornets team with no LaMelo Ball, is going to be a great experiment to see what happens. Now, we know what Vooch is going to bring. I talked about it in my last video a little bit earlier. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it right up here for you so you can go back and check that. But Vooch has done a lot of things for the Bulls, and him being out, we've seen that without him, the Bulls struggle on offense. They need a distributor. They need someone in the post, and they need someone to make smart decisions when the other people cannot score on the team. But with Vooch coming back, we also are getting Zach Levine back, coming in after his injury. Now, the thing about this is when Zach Levine got injured about 16 to 17 games ago, the Bulls looked completely different. When he first got injured, everyone's talking about how terrible this team was. And with him out, the team went on a surge, winning 10 of 15, playing amazing, playing different team type of basketball at a faster pace, getting the team involved. Kobe White, Patrick Williams took their resurgence into the stardom of the NBA, showing that they can be players in this league, and I would assume we showed that he can be the leader off the bench. For all that it's worth, without Zach, Kobe White basically said, "This is my team now." And the thing about that is we all know Zach wants out. We all know the Bulls are trying to trade Zach. What it comes down to right now, at the end of this term, is can Zach play winning basketball? Can he be a good teammate? That's the question here. We want to know what Zach Levine we're getting, because honestly, right now, it's looking like Zach is not a winning player. With the way the Bulls have been playing without him, it's a terrible look for him. But if he can come back, if he can mold his game to what the Bulls are doing, if he can do what DeMar did and really get these young players to step up and start playing with them and not above them, that can change a lot. One, it could help the Bulls learn some things. Two, it could get Zach to go to the place he wants to go. But in all honesty, the real change is going to be Zach understanding that he is not the number one. Since he's been out, Kobe White has claimed this team. It is Kobe's team now going forward. So Zach has to learn to be the secondary, third person on the team. And the good thing about that is he has to learn it anyway, because if we trade him, he's going to be that for whoever he goes to. If we trade Zach Levine to the Knicks, he's behind Brunson. He's probably behind Randall at this point. He's not going to be the star. If we trade him to the Lakers, he's behind LeBron. He's behind Anthony Davis. If he goes to the Hawks, he's behind, Trae Young. If he goes to the Spurs, he's behind Wemby. Wherever Zach goes, he's behind somebody. He has to accept he's not number one. He has to show that he can be a number two, be a number three, maybe even be a number four, depending on where you go. He has to change what he is and who he is. We saw a lot about this with Melo at the end of his career, and honestly, the differences here are Zach is a lot better of a player than Melo was when Melo had to accept that he was a bench player, but Zach Levine has to go through that change of understanding he is not the same person he was 3 to 4 years ago. If he can do that, if he can play well, he can help his trade value, and he can also learn something for himself, something that will extend his career, something that will help him go to a team and maybe have a chance at winning a title. So that is the real question. What Zach are we getting? The good Zach who knows how to play team basketball, who's here for everyone, is passing the ball when it's open, getting his teammates involved, playing on the fast break and making smart decisions, putting an effort on defense? Or are we getting the Zach Levine who takes 26 shots, misses 16 to 17 of them, makes terrible decisions, dribbles the ball off his foot, doesn't see open people, and then at the end of the game, when someone like Kobe and DeMar is hot, decides, I'm taking all the shots? That is going to be the key of seeing what we get back. But now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is for all you Bulls fans who keep saying we could just, if he does really good, we could keep Zach Levine. And Zach Levine can become a great star for the Bulls. And then the Bulls will become a championship contender. And then Zach Levine will be the number 2. And then Kobe will be the number 1. And then we'll keep DeMar. And then everything will work out when Lonzo gets back. That's not happening. Zach Levine hates Billy Donovan. He doesn't want to play for him. He wants out of Chicago. He's given it everything he got. He's going to go somewhere else, whether it's now, whether it's in the offseason, whether it's next year. Zach Levine is not staying here for the rest of his contract. Just to get that through your head. So the thing we have to do now is make Zach play the way we need him to play, get him to show what he can do so we can get a good trade value from him and not only help him move on, but also help us move on and get good talent that can either help Kobe and Patrick become the stars they need to be or gets us draft capital and gets us players who we can maybe turn later on into something bigger. With that, I have a question for you guys. I want you to leave a comment down below. It helps the video when you do. Let me know, do you think we're going to get the old Zach or a new Zach? What do you think? Put it down below. And with that, also make sure you share this video because when you share the video, your friends may subscribe. The more subscribers, the more videos I get to make. With all that, y'all have a great night. I will see you tomorrow after we face the Hornets. Y'all have a great time. Peace.